What's going on, guys? Welcome back into the channel for our second video today. Today we are going to be recapping the first month and a half-ish of the Pittsburgh Pirates 2022 MLB season on our road to create a dynasty. Now, as you guys know, as we did the intro to this season and we did the previous videos, we won the World Series last season. So we're aiming for a World Series again this season, or at least to get up there and get in contention so that we can call ourselves a dynasty over the next few years and hopefully win a couple World Series. So without further ado, let's take a look at our record here. The Pittsburgh Pirates stand at 23-11 after the month of May and March. As you guys will see, we are followed closely behind by the Cubs. The Cardinals are sitting at a smooth 16-16, with the Reds sitting at 15-18 and the Brewers at 14-20. Now, there are some interesting notes to note here. Number one, you guys will see that the Brewers have taken a tremendous fall. You know, they've been our major competition for the past two seasons, and you guys have been aware of that and have seen that in the previous videos, but they actually were ahead of this division for the first 2, maybe 3 weeks through March and into the beginning of April. They were actually at the top of the division, and they took a major slide to 14-20. So I don't know what happened to them lately, whether it's injuries or what it could be, but they are on a massive losing streak. Now, the other thing that is interesting to note here is the Cubs didn't start off very strong, and they are coming on really strong at this point, up to 21-12, giving us a run for our money. And there is a third very interesting thing happening with this division right now, is that the Reds started off at 1-8, and they are now 15-18, which means that they are on a very good positive run. And you guys will see that their records, everybody's record within the last 10 actually isn't too bad. So, you know, as usual, the NL Central is going to give us a run for our money here when it comes down to it. Now, in terms of our actual record and what happened to start off the season, we started off really strong in Chicago with a 10-2 win, and I actually played the first 7 or so games, and then we took a 3-4 loss to the Cubs, and then we won a I don't know what you call it, a dominant 10-0 victory over Chicago to take that series win. We then went on to play Cincinnati, where we won 11-2, 7-0, and 4-3. So we took a nice sweep there in Cincinnati. After that, we went on to play San Diego, where we took a 9-3 win, 3-5 loss, and 2-1 win. So we got a series win there. We came back with another series against Cincinnati, where we actually opened up with our first loss in an opening game of a series. And then we went on to win the next 3 pretty easily against Cincinnati, taking the win of the series. We swept Milwaukee, actually 5-4, 7-3, and 4-3. And I think that is what contributed to their slide, was that we took a 3-game sweep of them and sent them tumbling downwards. And then this one was a tough one. We had a 2-game series against Tampa Bay, who actually is who we faced in the World Series last year, and we lost both games 5-6 and 0-4. So they came in wanting to make a statement after last year's World Series loss, and they did that. Coming up after that, we played Atlanta, where we split the series 2-2, playing Colorado after that, taking the series with 2 late victories, and then we played Washington, where we got a 2-win series win. We went on to play Cincinnati yet again and taking a series loss against them, and this is why they're starting to bounce back a little bit, I think, is because they got a little bit of momentum from defeating us 2 games in a row. And then we went on to play San Diego yet again in a 3-game series. And we have them one more time here in, it's actually a 4-game series. So we're going to see at the beginning of next month if we can get a full series sweep against San Diego to propel us into a strong month of May. So record-wise, we're doing pretty good. We're standing pretty solid at the top of the division, right where we want to be. Let's go ahead and look at the lineup and rotation and see how everybody's doing. In terms of our pitching rotation, Mitch Keller is on fire with a 2.47 ERA, a 4-1 record with 54 strikeouts. Jamison Taillon posting a, modest 3.86 ERA. Definitely not as good as we'd like him to be at this point, but with a 3-1 record. Noah Syndergaard is having a bit of a slide at this point in the season with a 4.84 ERA and only a 3-3 record. Brendan McKay has come on strong, and he actually won Pitcher of the Month during last month, during April, and he is at a 283 with a 5-1 record. Braxton Ashcraft also performed really well with a 237 ERA and a 3-2 record. In terms of our bullpen, most of the players are playing really well. The only one that's struggling a little bit, Tuki Toussaint, and then I believe Eliezer Hernandez is struggling just a little bit. Nothing to be too concerned about, but the bullpen performing pretty well. What is very nice to note is Josh Bell had a Player of the Month award in April there. And he got himself up to a 99 overall by batting 389 with 9 home runs. And I can't tell you guys how excited I am that he is finally taking over, and this could be his chance to win an MVP award or something of that nature. I'm really looking forward to what we can do with him the rest of the season. Let's go ahead and look at the rest of the lineup. Kevin Newman is a little bit cold right now, batting 244 with only 1 home run. Brandon Marsh is batting really well with a 340 average. Brian Reynolds at 354 with 3 home runs. Josh Bell, as I said, 389 with 9 home runs, taking over. O'Neal Cruz has the power numbers with 4 home runs, but his average is really weak at the moment at only 176, so we're going to be looking to take over and try and help him out a little bit. J.J. Bleday is batting 246 with 3 home runs. We are yet to see his breakout performance, and that's why he remains around an 84 overall. Travis Swaggerty is having a good season so far, batting 278. It actually says he's cold at the moment, so that means that he's on a bit of a downward streak. Ke'Bryan Hayes started off the season really well with a few home runs, batting pretty well. He's down to 231 now, but 6 home runs is nothing to argue with at this point in the season. Really nice to see through a month. And Sean Murphy is having a tremendous season, batting 307 with 8 home runs, basically bringing up the rear and trying to match Josh Bell for home runs, which is incredible for a guy that only has 48 power. Off the bench, you guys will be excited to see Andrew McCutchen is playing phenomenally for us, and he is getting a significant amount of playing time. 63 at-bats, 4 home runs, 14 RBIs, and batting 317. What I will say is his first at-bat back in Pittsburgh, wearing a Pittsburgh Pirates jersey, the very first pitch that he got was a no-doubt home run over the Clemente wall, and I can't tell you how excited the fans were to see that. The crowd went wild. There was even some dialogue in the game dictating how happy the fans were to finally see him back here in a Pittsburgh Pirates jersey, which I thought was really cool. Dalton Varsho doing a decent job as our second catcher, batting 276, which is nice to see with a home run in very minimal time. Jason Martin, in his minimal amount of time, has a 319 average, so I can't complain there. And one of the bright spots that I'm really happy about this season is Cole Tucker batting 347 with a home run in 75 at-bats. Very similar time to Andrew McCutchen, even slightly more time than Andrew McCutchen. And, you know, honestly, this could push somebody else above him to get traded because I like Cole Tucker a lot. Kevin Newman's not playing very well, and I have potentially considered maybe bumping up Cole Tucker to that position and moving moving Kevin Newman out to a team that could use him and hopefully trying to rotate in some of our younger talent. Now, Kevin Newman is not old by any stretch of the imagination. He's 28, which is young in baseball terms, and I like him quite a bit. It's just something that, you know, we're going to inevitably have to rotate through some of these players, and if Cole Tucker continues to do well, he might vie for a starting spot. Now, I'm not guaranteeing that right now because he's only playing at a backup level right now, but with that batting average, you know, maybe he finds his way into the starting lineup. We'll see. Let me know what you guys think, what's going on. Let me know if you think that I should maybe try and put Cole Tucker into the starting lineup, possibly move on from a guy like Kevin Newman. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Other than that, there is not too much to update you guys on. Scouting-wise, we have various different positions that we're scouting. As you guys know, our farm system is really strong at this point. You guys will see our AAA and AA roster is full of A and B potential players. You know, our scouting is not going to be too tremendously intriguing at this point in the season. There aren't very many good free agents or anything out there, so not too much to discuss other than that. We we really don't have a trade block to speak of. In terms of the league leaders, you guys can see that Brendan McKay, Mitch Keller, and Noah Syndergaard are all up there in strikeouts. In addition to that, batting average, Josh Bell leads the league, and Brian Reynolds is a close third with Chris Bryant in the mix, and Brendan McKay has the most pitching wins up there with 5. And then in terms of home runs and stuff like that, Josh Bell's not far off of the league lead. Yelich has 11. The second and third place guys have 10, and Josh Bell has 9, so not too far off there. Really nice to see what we got going on there. We can look at the top prospects in the league, which we have a few, I believe, on this list. Wander Franco at the moment, Brennan Malone, I think Otis Matthews, Leover Peguera, that's who I was looking at. He's on the list as well. I'm hoping to get him up to the majors at some point. I'm really excited to see what he can do. In addition to that, I think that was all we had to cover, really. We can take a look at the Player of the Month award just to show you guys that Josh Bell won it, and so did Brendan McKay. So some great performances by them in the first month of the season. In terms of our overall outlook here, I think that we're looking good. I think that we're in a good position. You guys see that we are in first place, just slightly in first place, so we are going to have some good competition this season. What I will say is that the next update will come around June 3rd or so, because the draft is on June 2nd, from my understanding, somewhere around there. Whenever the draft happens, that'll be the next update, so you guys will get an update for the month of May and a little bit into June until the draft comes, and then after that, the outlook will be sometime around the midway part of the season, possibly after the trade deadline, and then probably an end season update after that, and hopefully some playoff updates and a World Series championship to follow after that. But with all that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Nice short video just to recap where we're at so far through the season with a 23-11 record and a lot of guys playing really well for us. Let me know if there's anything that you guys would like to see with this franchise in terms of players that you guys would like to see us trade for, or maybe there was somebody on the list that you guys think we should move on from. Let me know that in the comment section. I'll see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, comment down below. I'll see you guys in the next video, like I said, and I hope you guys have a great night. See ya.